John here. Today is Friday, the 27th of March 2015. I just want to make a public announcement today to Tony Geldenhuis at the police station. Thank you very much, Tony, for yesterday to assist me to arrest the property and 1/61 Cook Street, Auckland Central, and mission completed. So I'll be up again today just to report new developments and information over the counter. I don't need to see you because I've got a lot to do yet, and just to tell you that I'll be back on the property today and carry on with the business, carry on with my normal business after seizing the property yesterday and seeing the owner. You'll see the videos there I put on now. I stayed up till about 3 o'clock this morning uploading them. It's a long job. Just to put everybody's mind at ease that I won't be going backwards and forwards to the police station before long, or going to see James Pierce Brown because he got upset and said I'm harassing him. Well, I apologise to you, James, for coming there all the time and serving you notices because I'm a private prosecutor, debt collector, okay? And that's what debt collectors do. They're going to serve notices on your business from my business. So I'm cutting short any in between me and you, that I've had to do it that way. I've had to do it that way and learn how to do it. And then teach the next one how to do it. So I'm practicing myself in real of my professional job as an investigator to come and see you like that. It's not an offence as far as I'm concerned, but yes, the video would be an offence to you personally. Now, I'm apologising for that, but because it's on my land that I'm dealing with, these lands in Auckland, I have every right, legal right, to follow my law. You got your law, I got my law. When you break my King of England law and his flag, James, you're dealing with Admiralty, Lord High Admiral, in brackets, King of England, that's me, surrogate. I'm there at the King's bench, straight to the public, okay? The King's wandering around the streets and going to see his people. I'm here for the people, Tony. I'm here to bring justice to the public and tell them where their money's going. Okay? I'm investigating. Just across from here, from me, and the 14 corporations that are contracted to the government, and their 14 police corporations, businesses. Now, that's my job from Britain. UK, government, not the Crown, but the government. Take the crown out, because I have Moai crown, okay? And I have a king, a memorial of him in Devonport, England, and a memorial of Moai statue sitting in Queen Elizabeth's Great Court in London. That's my title. And my family, Tahitian royal families, real Moai statue in a war memorial here in Auckland. That's my patent land title to these lands, James, okay? Just I'm telling you who I am, really. I might look tough and ugly and rough, but that's how the king is. What the king says goes, okay? That's our law. Break our law, you get hung. Just like that, because I can talk like that. That's the book I gave you. Got all the instructions in it. That is the title I gave you. Okay? I'm just trying to educate the police to who is the real owner now. It's not Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei, and the Waitangi Tribunal has nothing to do with this. And the Maori Land Court has nothing to do with this. Okay? Only the British government and Judge John Rogan on these titles. So that's who was missed off these titles. James, I'm just telling you on this video that I've seized the property yesterday, 26th of March 2015, officially proclaimed the land back to Moai Crown and King William's Trust. Okay? That's done it quietly, without spooking everybody. Right? It's there, done. I have to change the locks. Okay, I'm just telling you. I have to change the locks, but I don't want to create a fuss. I've only got a short time to do all these things by myself and my friend that came to the office, Robert Wanoa. He is a native assessor and well known by the police because he'll quote off the record. He'll quote any law, in contract law, commercial law, and make the judge run out the court. Okay? That's me and him is on a par. So he'll be here, being nice to people, and I'll be over there in England, being nice to people. Okay? We're being straight up honest, James. I'm quite surprised that you didn't turn up when I left your office. I timed it to see how long it would take you to get there to actually stop me. You didn't. He who leaves the battlefield loses by default. I make that public statement here right in front of you on the video that you never turned up to protect your financial interests. I cleared it off my land. When I say my land, I mean the chief's land. Okay? Although your tenants are there, they're supposed to be gone, but you never did nothing about it. You have no circumstantial evidence to stack up against all that information, circumstantial information in the police, right through the years. Okay? That's what's stacked up there. I gave you that thick book. I gave you one of those books. This one. Okay? I gave you the book. That's a title that I gave you the first time I met you. Okay? The first time I met you. That's a title, the British title, and the Crown Moai title to all these lands in New Zealand. The whole lot. Lot, stock and barrel. I put a cordon around 1/61 Cook Street as a state of emergency. Just like what I'm citing Detective Senior Sergeant Aaron Pascoe, criminal investigator, that put a cordon around Tuhoi down at Uruweras and called it a terror zone. They call them terrorists. They call my people terrorists. They call my people terrorists. James? And that for me is hurting. It's very hurting what you white people are doing to my native people. And you're only occupying the land, for goodness sake. That's why I say, I have every legal right to take the land back. But because you've got an invoice now, that invoice I gave you is computer generated in Britain. And it's got all the debtors and levies in it. And tax to pay. It's stuck to everything. And all that company that I'm using there to account for any outstanding debt. Now, I'm taking that to the bank. I'm just telling you on this video, directed to you. I'm taking the instrument, legal instrument, to the bank and banking it on your debt as the collateral on that property of your businesses, the whole lot of your business. I told you, I warned you, I warned Baileys, I warned everybody who have alleged as part of the fraud. It doesn't matter how many people sell the land, because that's what Jeffrey Palmer says. Titles, the type of titles, he's the ex-Prime Minister, in the Constitution, right? He put the Constitution together, 1986. The title stacked on top of the other, it's always the one at the bottom. The first native organic title. The patent land title. That's the one I got here. This one. Now, if you break these law, we can take it off you with this. And that's what I've done. That's why the police had to stay out of a private contract. The Queen's got private contracts. The Vatican's got private contracts. Washington, D.C.'s got private contracts. Everything with the little words in brackets. Not the capital letters, the little words. The capital letters, anything with capital letters, is corporate. Anything with little words, like Moai Crown, in little words, is private. Okay, just to let you people in the public know the difference in one or the other, who you're going to sue, who you're going to bill. You make sure you get the right person. Don't go for the Crown, because it's nothing. It's not a walking thing that makes fraud. You find the creator of the fraud, you follow it right back, you'll end up right on the Queen. You'll end up right on the Queen, the designer of fraud. Alien titles. Now, King William didn't want it that way. He wanted to make the mortgages for people to borrow money at the bank to build their business. Okay? And trade between New Zealand and England. Okay? Britain. There. That was it. That was it. Nobody else in the world. Nobody. Private contract between us, this flag, and British government. Not the Crown. The Crown came later with their bank and stuck it in the middle. Okay? Now, I'm saying we have the perfect right, legal right, to print King William's pound notes. That's why I'm using it, because it's our property by inheritance. Everything he's derived, the Queen has got, is private business. Okay? And private contracts. Everything is contracts. Everything's contract in Admiralty. Okay? Everything's Admiralty mortgage liens. Okay? Mortgage liens. Now, here's the, I'm just saying, here's the title, Tony, James. This is the title in the book. It says here, 15th of September 1875, J. Rogan. This title in Auckland. Okay? Okay? The said natives distinctly. It doesn't say the said Maori. It didn't say Maori. There's no Maori in there. Right? That's at 1875. Right? 15th of September 1875. Right? This is the first title I'm putting back on that land block. That's what I'm telling you today. And there are people watching me, making me suffer, run around in circles and pass me on from one policeman to the other, and give me the run around, shut them out, say nothing. You see? All the hallmarks of a perfect fraud. And I've got all the hallmarks here of a perfected title, where it came from in the first place. What the British did, right? What the British did was confiscated all the letters titles that the pirates in Australia, New South Wales, came here and started selling land without the sovereignty. They're still doing that now. John Key's government is still doing the same thing as the pirates. They're perfect pirates. They're perfect pirates. All you have to do is catch them in the fraud. Well, we have, but it's taken me a long time. If we had a crew of 10 doing this, we would wrap them up in no time. Okay? But I have to make sure I've got it right. Right? Because one link, one word missing, one word wrong, that's why I don't like anybody doing it. One word wrong, you'll kill the whole lot. Okay? If somebody else starts writing on it, you'll kill the whole lot. That's why I said to Jamie, watch what you write. And Desmond, and anybody else writing or touching these documents. They're sealed. They're sealed by the King of England. Okay? Now the King of Hanover. Because the Queen took Wales, Ireland, Scotland, and England into the EU Parliament. See, she took it out of there. Stole it. Stole the people's birth certificates in capitals, put their name in capitals, then dragged it off with the gold. Okay? So this is going to retrieve and salvage all that proceeds of crime. This is what this is, James. The proceeds of crime is what I gave you. I'm just listing it in accounts. Okay, I can account for every single bit of it. Right? I just add them all up. And also the police. This is to you, Tony Gillenhise. Because you guys didn't talk to me. I tried to get an appointment with you and Mike Clement. Never got to have an appointment in your office. Never. And Mike Bush, never. I never get a letter from him. I never get a letter from Peter Marshall, the past police commissioner, or the new police commissioner, Mike Bush. Never. Never. I only got an email from Detective Senior Sergeant Aaron Pascoe. Big mouth, criminal investigator. Police investigating police. Okay? The criminal investigating himself. That's why they shifted him out too late. I told him to sack him right out of the police force for tampering with my evidence. That's why they get the bill for £1 trillion a day. Plus tax, 20%. Okay? Plus tax, 20%. Perfectly legal. When one corporation injures another corporation ship of Admiralty. You see, all those Maoris who are saying, don't touch it, they actually cut themselves out of the game. Okay? The so-called game. And so that's what it is. So, James, one more time. I'm changing the locks. You're supposed to arrange all your tenants. Now, I'm saying this to your tenants. They're my property now. That belongs to my chiefs. Okay? I'm seizing all your businesses, the whole lot, because you failed to write to me. You failed with your lawyer to write to me, because I'm standing in front of you, waiting for your phone call I never got. You said you're going to phone me up. That's what your partner, Simon, says. When I went there, he says, you're going to call me. Then you say to me, I'm not going to film again. So it's just the same. I'm waiting for your call because you said you're going to call me. It's exactly like I'm going to film you, and you say, don't film me. I say, call me. I never get a call. So you know what I did? I've assessed the situation the same way as the police. That you haven't been true in what you're doing, saying nothing. Okay? I gave you enough time to respond. In public, proof. That's why I videoed all of you people. I must apologize, but that's my evidence. Substantial evidence, without even writing anything. It's my word against yours. My verbal word is my affidavit, my truth, my sovereign truth, against you. I haven't heard you utter anything to counterclaim it. Nothing. Just only say, don't video me, because you're harassing me. Right? 1, you didn't put a complaint, as far as I know. 2, you didn't trespass me. 3, you couldn't anyway, because that'll kick off a case. And it would drag all those alleged people into it. Well, it's too late. They're all in it. Once I put that invoice online, I've sent it through that company, NX. I've emailed it to you. I think that's what you got upset, because I handed it to you, could have thrown it in the bin. But it's gone to you electronically as a contract to that company. And they'll go after it. Okay? I'll just contract them to salvage everything from you and everything from everybody else until that money's fully recovered. I can go from one to the other because you're all in it. Okay? All your businesses that I've named on this invoice, the police invoice, I'm sorry, that's my job for reporting fraud. Okay? I'm accounting for fraud and naming people who caused it. Okay? I've caught you all in the fraud. as accessories or the fraudster. So you're the ones who are out of pocket because you had no defense. You had no defense. And one more time, you said in the statement on the video, you said, do not go on 61 Cook Street, the land, without the police. Okay, that's what you said. It's like you say it like this. It's your land if the police assist you. Okay? So you know what I did? I made an agreement with Tony Gellenhuis, okay, to keep the peace between me and you, private. When you do private, no one is to come anywhere near the contract. No one. That's my business and yours. Between me and you, one of us is at fault. It certainly looks like it's you, in the end, from yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I'm just making a public statement here, one more time, that you said, don't go without the police. You see, the police can go there in spirit, the police can go there in their real person or in a natural person, and the police can go there on the end of a phone line. And that's what happened. It was the end of the phone line. Okay? They got my number, I got their number. I got Tony's number, he got my number. It went over the counter and got recorded. Right? With Alex. Alex was good enough to give me his name, Alex, because I know his surname, but he's a good man. He's an older guy, a senior, but he knows fairness because I can tell on his face. See, he knows. And the girl, I hope that Miss Cox, you'll forgive me for being so intrusive with my little camera. Okay? I'm a little spy, but I'm not a bad spy, I'm a good spy. Okay? I just say, I'm a good spy. Kings are good spies, because they're only there to do what's right. No offense to the police in the office, but I'm just doing my job. And I'm pretty good at it. And I, too, get nervous about something that's mysterious and hidden in the dark. Okay? Especially when it's in front of me and I won't sleep properly. That's why I don't sleep properly. And start work at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because I'm bothered to keep going this long, over 6 years, to fix this problem. You want to know my qualifications? Diesel mechanic. That's what it is. Diesel mechanic. You know why? Fix the pistons up that fall off. The conrods rods fall off the end. Okay? I'll get a hammer and straighten them out. Put them back on. Right? That's my job. Fix her out. Fix her upper. Fix her upper. And make sure it don't break down. Well, it's broken at the wheels with John Key at the moment. Elections. It's full of fraud. Every corner you look at him, around his face, is full of fraud. His name is in here. Okay? His name is in here, in the High Court of Admiralty in London. We've got the Scotland Yard involved now, James, only because the police wouldn't help me. They're there for the public. They're not there for the public, really. They're there for themselves and their financial interest. Now, that's an offence on its own. When the police are looking after their own financial interest and getting paid by the public. I'm doing an audit, James, on the police. Okay? I have perfect right to do that. I'm only going to Britain to put this flag up in Westminster, and that's the end of it. Come back here. The new, fresh look with the fraud mostly gone and blown out with the people running the fraud scam here on the Lambo. Okay? And Douglas Rickard Bell, you know all this time that why that block is not developed is because it's got a problem with it. Okay? It's got a problem. That's why no one will buy it. Now, I say this, James. How come you bought that land for 38 million when the government valuation is 55 million and the Chinese would have paid 80 million? Now you wanted to go and buy a property for 90 million that was only worth 38 million on the waterfront. You see what I mean? You guys are not that smart. You guys are not that smart because we're watching you. the public knows what you're up to as investors. Okay, investors picking up little bargains, like that's how the British was. Got it for cheaps, then sold it for profit. See? For yourselves. That's what I'm saying. The police are in trouble with their business because they're not there for the public. They're supposed to be there for me. When I ask for assistance, I should get it. When I put a complaint across the counter and put it as a complaint, genuine, as a public, they don't do it. Okay? So what I do? Put it online as verbal and public. The real complaint I wanted to put into the police station. But that's neither here nor there. It's my way of justice. Okay? That's the way I do justice, is to do it in front of the people and make their minds up. They can make their minds up about it, but it'll soon come out in the end. It'll soon come out in the end. What goes around comes around. Okay? What goes around comes around. So I've got a great sigh of relief when Robert turned up out of the blue, out of nowhere. 20 years, last time I saw him, only once in my lifetime. And there he was. Someone told him, is that your brother or whatever, uncle or something, on YouTube? And he says, oh yeah, that's John, yeah, that's my uncle. And he's been talking like that for years. He's talking like that. So I ended up talking like that too. You see? So he's had his fair share of hard knocks with the police, that he's learnt the same as me, knowing a lot more than what we did before, because we were right in the middle of the action. And so I've got him now to back me up, and he can quote over the mobile if the police come along and start, and I forget, because I got too much stuff in my head to know what to say. The only way I can do it is to write it or put it on video, because that way there's nobody around. Okay? So that's for you, James. I am changing the locks. I am going to report back to the police. I didn't need them to be there because it would alarm the public. Okay? I've made it to do it in the most friendly way, so that it doesn't frighten the tenants. But now that I've seized the property, gone on site, filmed it, okay, I filmed it. The film is still got to be done. I've made a few films, but I haven't done that one. I want to make a better one today. Okay, so you cannot come on there now. You cannot come on there now because the police are satisfied. They are satisfied that the circumstance has changed. The circumstances of that property in ownership title has changed. Okay? So today I'm going down to the bank. I'm getting tired because I was up early this morning, 3 o'clock. I went to sleep at 1 o'clock and I woke up at 3 o'clock. Okay? I've been struggling away, trying to keep going, to pull back all the lost time I've spent because you never did anything about it. You hung out from the 12th till now. That's why you got the second bill. That's why you're so upset, because I emailed it and it's locked in the corporate system. That's on record. It's on record in the companies in Britain. Okay? You're locked to Britain now in this contract. Right? That I'm not alone, because I know what to do. But that and the police one has gone through the system too. That bill that I gave you, that invoice, has gone through the British government, through Scotland Yard, and through the High Court of Admiralty in London. You see, because I can speak here, as the native here, straight to there, right over the top of what you're doing on the land. Okay? I'm only interested in fraud as a prosecutor and fraud investigator. Right? Now, this saga is at an end. The matter is at an end. It can't be entered into anymore. It can't be entered into discussions or taken to court or contested. Right? It can't be contested. And you've had enough information given to you to rebut it. And you took the option of saying nothing. When you say nothing, it means you couldn't say anything about my title. Okay, so that's all I want to do. And all those people who have well-wished me on Facebook, there's a whole heap of people, thank you very much for making that a momentous occasion to finally accomplish the mission accomplished. Okay, mission accomplished, and no more pain of long hours. And to my secretary, Jamie, and Marie Stewart in Whakatane. I'll try and ring you because I rang last night, but you're asleep at 8 o'clock, and so I'll try again afterwards. And just to tell you the good news and share that with you. But I'm sharing this excitement with all the people in Britain and around the world, America, and like Darryl Payne has been a very good advocate with me. He's learning how to do it in America, and this belongs to you. Okay, I'm just saying, whatever I recover or salvage in Admiralty terms, whatever I salvage or arrest belongs to you. All you have to do is join, put your mobile phone across TagPay like that. The 3 flags on our website, www.moaipowerhouse.com. Push one of the first 3 flags. It's not active. The words next to it, the countries, right? It starts from A, B, C to Zimbabwe. Moai Powerhouse number 250. Okay, Moai Powerhouse 250 is Zimbabwe. So that's the flag at the end. So you got all the flags all the way through the countries. All you do is press the button on the side, and TagPay comes up. Join TagPay. Push the TagPay client to join TagPay. Costs you nothing. To kick off, only a text, a 20-cent text, or 1 minute text, 1 minute text to zap your phone across. It'll pick up your number on a cheap phone, $5 phone. It doesn't matter. Any brand. It doesn't have to be a smartphone. All I need, it catches the number by sound. Okay, NFDT, near frequency data transmission. Okay, that's what it means. It's not the near frequency NFC. It's more than that. It's fail-proof. It's safe, and that's why I went to it, because I checked them all out. I checked the whole lot out and came out only that one as recommended on our site. And gold bullion. Bullion Vault. The Bullion Vault company has given me the authority to trade their gold in their company. Now they have no free gold, so it's left it clear. That's my profile that they've boosted up. Okay, they've been waiting for me to get this thing going. So it will get going after this goes. The whole lot's going to kick in. The water money, the gold, the pound note, and the whatever, turbines, hydrogen, the rest of the things will kick in. Okay, the whole flag will kick in. So people, go to one of the 3 flags until I connect them all up. You just press it until it works in your country. But I've got to put all the, that's what Jamie's supposed to be doing, and I'm going to do the whole lot myself. On a plane or on a train or whatever, going around, flying around, going to do the whole lot. And do all the interpretations to the flag so that you can understand how it works. But everything, you wouldn't have to go to the website. You just do it on your mobile phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all the app there, the app there, so that you can do it, the transaction to deposit money that you got lying around. You just throw it in there, and it'll earn money. It should earn money just by having no shares. Okay, no shares, just passive income straight off what we've got surplus at the end of the year from what we recover from the fraudsters. Okay, so we're starting off in the fraudsters to kick the whole thing off with this property, and we have every legal right to do it. To go after the fraud people, to make them pay back the money to the public. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm there for the public, and not for myself, because I don't need all that. All I need is Sue Young's roast in Dover in England, and some scones she's going to cook for me. Right, but I got to get there first. Otherwise, I can't taste it from here. And Tamati Reed's tinners down the East Coast, I can't get there yet to eat them because he's put them away. And I'm over here, and the kidneys over there is not good. It's not good that I have to go there from here and suffer over here to trying to get to there. Okay, you see what I mean? That's why Jamie sort of said, "Oh, this is taking too long," and buttoned off. She's quite true about that. That it's dragging out too long. Well, when it drags out long and somebody drops off, because I've had a lot of people helping me, but they turned the thing the other way and turned it the other way. I've got some nice, good people that they've helped me. They'll come back. They'll come back because I'm still there. I'm not going to go away. The Moai statute never goes away. It keeps staring at you all the time. Right? It's not like shifting sands like John Key. 1 minute, next minute, gone. Okay? Gone. Next minute, he's gone. And get another one. They stand another one in front of them. Right? And say, oh, that one don't even know anything about land or education. And Tolly, you don't know anything about police. Yeah? And the Roastbuster. She's responsible for the Roastbusters here. And Detective Inspector Karen Malthus is on the Central Police Station as being the criminal investigator. That's the one I went to. I billed her with the invoice because I'm getting frustrated with these police because they shift all the time. And the bank managers, they shift all the time. They never solid. They never stay there. In the Moai government, federal state government, you're dead, you're dead. So someone come along with a gun and shoot you or hang you for doing something wrong. You break the law, he's gone. They get rid of him. You get another one, stay there. Ministry of Fisheries, it's there for life. It's there for life. You never change it. Okay? You never change it. You just change the people around. Okay? And stick to philosophy, you won't go wrong. The way it is now is not certain. Full of uncertainty. But they're raking the money out of it. That's the offensive part about this land block. Because they're raking money out of it, and the people have to pay for all the expenses the council rakes in. Okay? So we're going to... The council's in this fraud land block too. Right? It's just the way they transferred it from the Crown over to themselves without telling anybody what they're up to. Okay, so that's where the trillion comes in. James, the trillion for the power, I sent you by mistake the invoice for the police, but that's okay. You're just getting to see what's real. That's real. That pound note is real. Don't underestimate me or Robert, because we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. Okay, just like you know what you're doing, whatever that is. You know what you're doing. But you won't tell anybody because you button your mouth up. And your lawyers button their mouth up too because they don't want to tell anybody. It's going to cost you. That's why it's cost you your businesses. The whole lot of it. All your parking business, tournament parking, every single business you lose. That's what I told you. I warned you. I warned you. The police, it's circumstantial evidence of what I'm claiming as I did. Okay? So that's all for you that I've directed, but I just want to say to the public watching, it's not a contest. It's not a contest. It's just a big pain in the ass. It's just a big pain of these fellas running me around in circles, making me walk fast up the hill in second gear. I have to try and keep going until I get into first gear because the load's high, heavy. And now I've got Robert, but I can get in top gear now. I can start running soon, before long, and good for the health because that's all they're doing, trying to get me out of here. And they're doing a nice job of getting me out of here. But then once I get moving, things will start changing. Okay, things will start changing. So to you, Tony Geldenhuis in the police station, I just want to thank you on this video clip at the same time for assisting me yesterday to arrest the property. Okay, so I've just got off the phone to Graham Allett and his wife to tell her that I accomplished what he's supposed to do. Okay, accomplished seizing the property, and he's too busy anyway. Right, he's too busy, and he needs to get paid. Well, I couldn't pay him anyway. That's what the problem is. Couldn't pay the lawyer, couldn't pay anybody, and so I had to do their job and save myself the trouble. Now, no problems. It's no problems anymore. So Tony and your staff, for being cooperative, and me being cooperative with you, and making an agreement to settle this land block once and for all, amicably. And you're assisted. That's what you said. You'll assist the situation, and I'm sure you would have rung James and told him, "Can't help you. Can't help you. It's none of our business. We're staying right out of it." Just what you told me. So you would have, I'm assuming, that you would have told James and Simon Roundtree, "You're staying right out of it." And Tony, I just wanted to tell you this, that when I went to the block of land yesterday, Robert and I walked inside. We sat down, had a coffee, and got served. And we timed it to see how long who was going to turn up or who was going to complain. So then we got up and we walked around and filmed around the whole block inside. I did it outside, but this time I did it inside yesterday. And not a whisper, not a complaint, not a phone call to the police. I'm not sure. I'm assuming here that they zipped their mouth out. To all you tenants on the block, you're now on a complete British title land, sovereign, on its own. You're in a war zone, okay, under the flag. You're in a war zone under the flag. You've got one of two options. Stay where you are, and I'm coming with a British tenancy agreement that's second to the best option. The other option is pack and go. So I'm leaving that up to you, because you're now in the dead, hooked in, because these guys did nothing about it. And I'm pretty sure he would have told you guys to ring the police if I entered the property. But because you didn't ring the police, something happened. Something happened. And so I'm saying you don't get off the hook with me, because why? It's not me. It's all those businesses who have been watching me for a long time with this case that are interested in it, result, outcome. Okay? So although I don't want to disrupt any business, I'm going to do this. I'm going to change all the locks. I'm going to tell you to stay there. I'm going to give you a new building option of a floor in the whole 115-story floor. New building that Robert is going to take over. Okay, we're going to occupy the building where the CityWorks depot part is in the middle, for him to move in there and to collect the rent there. And he'll stay here in my office, and I'm going to London. I'm going to operate the British government, dual government with Moai here in the Pacific and around the world in 250 countries on our website. Okay? That website is standing still because it's only me doing it. And that's not fair that I haven't got anybody to do it, because I've got no money to pay them. I would have now when I go to the bank today or Monday. I might give myself a bit of break today and go on Monday for the bank. But today I'll go in there. They told me just cruise straight up to the foreign currency investment manager. Just go straight there. That's what I used to do as a broker. They got so used to me that I approved the loans for mortgages, for home loans, and refinancing bank loans for people in trouble with overcommitment, and that the bank manager, Clive Merritt, in the National Bank at the bottom, at the Midway National Bank, used to be on the corner of Merrill Drive somewhere, and he used to let me have the free rein to choose how to assess people's credibility. Some of them were bad credit. I turned them into good credit, see? And they were good. They were honourable. and made their life much better with the mortgage. Well, we're going to fix the mortgages up. Okay, we're running a mortgage business and a fraud business together to take the mortgage out. Take the mortgage out and settle the account. What we're going to do with the motel, the people down on the East Coast, Crossan, both of you, I'm going to settle that motel out with you. Right? The expense will go back to the government. I'll come and strike up a deal with you. You'll get paid by the Crown. Debtors. Okay? Same way as this block of land here. It'll come out of their accounts, their debt account. Okay? So, I'll strike the deal up with you straight out. And the C12 block, the Marangaro C12 block, they're coming and trust me on the 1st. I may not be able to get there, but I'm going to write one of these orders, the King's Bench orders, over that property, because that's my ancestral land. It's not going to Tumutumu Paeroa, the iwi's business. It's not going to go to that trust. I'm billing you. I'm billing you the weekend. I'm going to bill you for all the fraud in the iwi Maori corporate. Nothing to do with the hapu. It's nothing to do with the hapu. I'm there for the hapu. And Tamati Reid at Rangitukia, it's my chief. That's it. He's my chief executive on his new marae, on his family land, freehold land. And I'm turning that into a sovereign state, okay? And the one across the road. The Haho B7, I'm going to have a meeting with them. Mano Raro. He's one of the trustees. There's about 5 trustees. And I have a meeting with him. There's about 301 owners in there. So I'm going to have a meeting to cordon that place off too. Back to the King. I'm going to do that one by one, the blocks, but I'm not going to do it everybody else because I'm going straight into the Kermatex and put the platforms in the Kermatex. Straight off. With this funding that belongs, everything I build belongs to the shareholders. Okay? If you use your phone, you own this block on Cook Street. You own it anywhere in the world. You can come there, straight in there. On that. This is your credit, bank, credit. The bank that's not a bank. Okay? The bankless bank. Less expense. No Ponzi. No shareholder on the market. This is a private business. It's a locked out share company. Okay? It's not on the share market. Because that's fraud. It causes lots of broken families. And gambling. We're not into gambling. We're not into gambling. We're into picking up chemtrails in the sky and shoot them down out of the sky. And anybody ruining our sea. If we test it, we've got enough funding to employ a lot of people to be sheriffs and marshals to pull them into this court on Cook Street and the one down on Tamati's block, on those Haho 7B block. There'll be a courthouse there, okay? There'll be a courthouse there. Straight up. So, Robert will look after that. He's very good at land, titles, and law. Okay? He'll look after this property and this one, and the turbines in the sea, and the motel, and the ship in Tahiti. He's going to go and pick the ship up. He's going to go and drive the thing back. Okay? He's a man of a lot of trades. Thank goodness I got him. Thank goodness. There was one, now there's 2. 3. Oh, 4. 5. 5 of us, I think. 5. 6. 6. Yeah, 6. I think they're all. But active ones, there's me now, and for now, because Desmond's doing carving, he'll do Tamati's new marae and carve it. So that'll be something of a test for him and down there and be involved. But he's going to do his own at Te Pito on our land block. Where the haha is, that's our Te Pito Moai history title. Okay? I'm going to put a lien right over the whole of the Potikiroa ki Waipu boundary area this weekend. Okay? So it's going to be restricted under British military and Scotland Yard. The new ones. Going to throw out all the paedophiles and crooks that are milking the system. Out with the lords. Whole lot of them. 600 of them. Out. You see how much money you save? Heaps. They're all crooks. And rehire the lower house, because you only need a king for the upper house. That's it. That's it. That's why I'm having practice run here before I go there. Catching some fraudsters. Showing you how to do it. That's what we're doing here, Tony. I'm just trying to make people honest with their businesses. Because I'm going to business with their flag. For the first time, I've been in business for over 30 years, self-employed. So I should know a thing or two. And so I'm just going back in, refreshed, after all this time, setting this new economy, hydrogen economy. Okay. So I think this video is long enough, because I better get on with it. But Tony, if I feel after I'm going to get tired now, I'm going to walk up and make me more tired. So long way to go from here to the police station. It might sound good, getting exercise, but when you're tired, I'm afraid it doesn't work properly. So if I have time, I'll come and see you, just to report. I don't have to talk to you anymore. I know now that you know what I know. Okay? You know what I know, what I know you know about this land block. Okay? Case closed. The case is closed, Tony. There's no need to intrude into the office of the police. When I come there, there's no camera pointing at your face or your staff face. I learned my lesson about cameras because Jamie wants to be a cameraman, and I don't like to be a cameraman. I just do selfies because selfies are cool, and yeah, it's cool. It's self-promotion. I like me, and that's I saw that on YouTube and on Facebook. I saw the thing that say I like me. So I like me. I like what I do. I have to like the job, otherwise it's not worth doing it. See, so I can pass on the knowledge to somebody else. So I can have a little break with Sue, and he's got something nice for me over there. Oh, I shouldn't tell you for us these things because they're secrets. But I can't keep secret. Sorry, I'm not like that. Anyway, so she's got something going over there just to celebrate. And I think Jamie wants to come, but she hasn't got a passport. So I'm going to try and get one through quickly, because she's going to look after me, make sure I don't get the mischief, and likewise, just to make sure we keep on the button on the job. We've got a big job to do over there in England and around the world as ambassadors. Okay, I'm going to be an ambassador for Britain for the King William, King of Hanover in Devonport. So our main base will be there to print the money, his money, and to stake his estate back into our inheritance of his King's Royal Revenue. Everything derived through his admiralty belongs to us. Okay, not his bloodline, but his commerce. Okay, his commerce. That's what over here is his commerce that put this country together. Okay, from the banks point of view, and loans, and just one more time, mortgages are admiralty law. Okay, they crawl the ship on the land, put the court up, and started using admiralty to be higher than any other law on this earth except God's law, truth. We're using God's law, truth. That's a Moai law. Okay, so like it's either me or you. We have 2-hour court hearings, Tony, online. That's why I say I'm online. They let me do it. They use their court because it's our right. It's our inherent right to be sitting in the court over there at the King's Bench Court on the other side of the Queen's Bench Judge. Okay? So I'm talking like that because I'm going there to do that. And to make this flag work for us and find who's using it. Whoever's using it is using our contract is going to get the bill. Okay? And that 970 million trillion pound note bill, the green one, with Jamie and I on it, Tony, it's legal. Okay? It's legal against all the corporations in the world, including Bilderberg, UN, EU, Parliament, NATO, IMF, the World Bank, everybody who's using King William IV, without our consent, without our chief consent, without our native chief consent. That is our contract with King William. Okay? Lord High Admiral, that's my title as the bank notes and his commercial flag trading around the world, free passage and prized possessions and everything in the acts of his parliament is applicable to what I'm saying. If you break our law, I'll use one of those acts on you, and one of them is the Hanging in Chains Act. No one can tell me what to do with those acts, because it's a locked contract in the lower house of Parliament in Westminster, ready to go into the High Court, the upper house, which is the King's lords. Okay, the King can have his lords in there, maybe 6 lords or 12 lords. That's all. That's all. Right? Just advisors, or he can do the job himself. He can do the job himself. Save some money for the members. See, more for members. Everything I get, more for members. Their phone, they look at the phone. Oh shit, where did that come from? Oh, geez, that's good. So you'll see credit going in your phone, and the shares will just be locked at £25 a share, and £10 fee a year. But you can just everybody. I'm going to say this: all the people who work for us as members, and we give them a job anywhere in the world, they'll get paid by the mobile phone. Okay, they'll just credit their account. Okay, and those are shares. Whatever you don't use stays then, builds money from what its worth is, and it should without making a real statement, it should reach 3 to 1 return of investment. Okay, 3 to 1 return on investment after expenses and tax. Out of what I recover from the land block goes into the account. That's yours. Okay, that's yours to the members who join us. So people, all you have to do is swipe your phone across the TechPay, ring us up on this phone. That's this one. One will be for deposit, and one will be for withdrawal. Withdrawal, ring that phone number on TechPay. In under a minute, the money will go straight from there to your phone. Or you ring the deposit to put all your wages in. You just throw it in. It doesn't matter. It'll calculate how many shares it's worth, but it's immaterial. Immaterial. You can only, in the TagPay, you can only withdraw £2,800 at one time. Okay? And we'll limit how much you can withdraw. With that one, the white one, withdraw. The black one, deposit. Okay? So when you work for Moai, all your wages go in there. Your salary goes in that phone, and you just withdraw whatever to the limit of what you've set at. We'll limit how much you get so you don't kill the whole lot. Okay? We'll keep a limit on this so it won't get forged, but it might get lost. You just get another one. You get another $10 phone, £10 phone, or $10 phone. And where you go. Only for that. But we'll put the apps on the free phone we give you. We're going to give you a free phone for the people who haven't got phones in any country. We'll give you the cheapest phone with the app in it. The basics, okay, for voting in your country. There's no more going to the toll booth. We're voting on here through TagPay because it's locked. You can't crook it. You can't crook it. So it's just one text to vote. Yes, no. That's all. Yes, no, as a member. So we're hoping that within a year we'll have 1 billion members. That's. I'm just speculating here that at the rate the confidence is with Moai and King William, we should have 1 billion members by the end of 1 year. Right? According to the free phone and the free no need to buy shares. According to that, anybody can just go and pick up one of these phones down their local shop in India, in France, or Scotland, or down in Jamaica, or anywhere in the back of Africa. You can go and pick a phone up and do that. Where there's no cover, there'll be an agent of the Moai Crown King William Trust in that country. He will buy all the phones, okay, he'll go and pick all the free phones up, and they must give them to all those people who owns that phone number. Everything will go through him to give them the phone, and we'll put a repeater in there so they can get to the phone and withdraw their money at their local bank, okay, in their currency. So when you're in Africa, you put your money into this account and it converts it into pound notes to get the highest return, okay, highest return on your investment money, and then you just live off that, okay. It should be more coming out than going in, put it that way, okay. There should be more money coming out of your account than you depositing. That's what I'm saying, and enough to keep it going. Perpetual income is what you call it. So that's all I want to say to you, especially James, and to you, Tony, at the police station. I'm glad to announce that we now legally own, I mean, what I'm saying is Ngā Atua Ewa Aotea Limited, that's the registered company here, and the account, the corporate account in the ANZ Bank, where these accounts going, right, the debtors account's going in there. As soon as I get my act together and go down there, because it takes a lot to just go and do that, I have to make my brain go and do it, otherwise I get bored with doing all these things, writing and all sorts. So we'll go down and deposit the pound note against the debtors, and also against the land itself. We're not going to use mortgages. I'll make that quite clear. We are not doing mortgages anymore. We are taking that out of the land so it won't be sold. And all the land we recover can't be sold. It just goes back to the beginning of the Rogan title in New Zealand. The Rogan title, or any other country. We negotiate the pound note with the governments or the banks in that country. Right? Just to give you an example of the incomes we get from this business with the mobile phone. Okay, with the mobile phone. One, we make income from fraud business, from private prosecutions, fraud, like what we're doing on Cook Street. Two, we make income from membership with deposits of money going in. It increases on what we lend out to the banks. Okay, in the pound note return on the investment of people's deposits. Okay, so that's their money that we're getting maximum to the membership shareholder. That's another form of income en masse. When you got 1 billion people in depositing, that's a lot of money. Just putting their wages in and their income in from normal business that we spend money in. Normal business. Okay? Self-employed business. Most of the business we have are self-employed. Okay? We just provide the money in the bank and the finance. Now, the other income is from hydrogen jet fuel and hydrogen rocket fuel from the sea turbines. But that's not really. I'm just saying that's the highest income will come from that source for aircraft and everything in industry. Power generation, the whole lot will come from there. Aircraft will be run on hydrogen and ships and whatnot. We're going to convert that ship over in Tahiti into hydrogen to get here. Okay? We're going to do that with the engines, because that's my trade, the engines. And Kevin Rias, he's the hydrogen expert with the fuel cells that he's got in Tauranga to convert the ship to run on seawater. Okay, so that's no mean deal. That's another income. The other income is the pound note. We're going to trade the pound note to the bank for the debtors on the trillion invoice at 4.5% on the debtors. Okay? A year, that's 45 billion income a year on one note. Just one note. This is what I'm saying, people. It's all there. It's all there. Yet I've been operating on nothing. Just a smell of the rag, all the way. Nothing to get this lot planned up. Okay, so that now that police debtors bill is up against all those companies. It's up against the real estate companies. It's up against the banks. It's up against all council businesses. It's up against all the businesses that contributed to that fraud title. Okay? One equals many. When one is accessory to the fraud. That's why the police tried to cover it up and failed. Okay? They failed because they didn't think I was going to go away. That's what I was going to go away. But no, I'm stuck like a Moai. You don't go nowhere. You just stay there till you're dead until the next one comes along and takes over. Okay? But we are solid in our plans. It takes a long time to plan, but a short time to build. Okay? So we've got income from the buildings. The selling the rent space in the buildings to our members. Okay? You have to be a member. I'm saying to those tenants on that block of land, this is the other option. You join the Moai King William Party. And the Moai King William the Fourth Trust. Okay? And go straight into the sovereign state, straight to Britain. And I'll be talking about that maybe today or Monday, but I'm running out of days. I'm supposed to be in London on the 1st of April. The 2nd of April, I've got to go to Greenland Hospital for my heart cardio. You see what my heart gone flat out? And I have to keep going under those conditions with this. That's not enough pressure on you. What isn't? So I'm going to do that. That's on the 2nd. They rang me up right out of the middle of the blue. I said, "Oh, I was supposed to go on 30th." I said, "No, I won't be here." They said, "Oh, well, coming on the 2nd." I said, "No, I'm down the east coast on the 1st at Marangaro Sea Tile Block. They have a meeting there for the Tumutumu Paeroa iwi aliens are going to try and steal it for their trust. You see, for the crown." I said, no. I'll have somebody go there on my behalf to the meeting, and I'll email the documents down, but I'll email the documents to them to put one of these arrest warrants on the property. Arrest warrant on the property. Arrest warrant on the property at Loddon Point. On all those properties that got marked out for the new developments there. I want everyone in the place I'm marking off to put new development right through the whole place. That's it. Finished. Complete macro city. Hydrogen. Run on hydrogen. Right? Run on hydrogen. No wires. And the best of buildings. Okay? So that's that. I need people off the land. My ancestral land. Don't care how long you'll be there, but I want to check the titles. Robert will go there and check all the titles to see where you got it from, how you got it, and that's what's been missing from us not having our land. It's been locked up. We're going to unlock the land so that people can use it for their own well-being. The Crown is taking too much to themselves and the elite. That's what's happening here. Okay, so I'm making these public statements clear that today I'm sharing some time online with all those well-wishers who have watched the episodes up to this finale yesterday on this Cook Street property. That property is going right through the well like a house of cards. It's the same land that the Queen says she owns 66 million acres of land. Now, because the police bill invoice is £1 trillion a day, her estate of the 66 million acres of land is worth 17 trillion. Well, there's 14 days gone by already, and that 14 trillion plus the tax is come up to that already. So that's the end of all that gone back to the people. That's what I'm saying here, people. What I do is the king's business. Okay? I'm talking king's business and his court. For once, before the Queen gets rid of Westminster. If she gets, that's what she's doing, people. She's getting rid of, to hide her fraud, now that she's taken all the gold out, with HSBC. I saw that on Facebook. I saw HSBC's clean the gold out. Well, Scotland Yard will be contracted, and the military, the British military, to go and get it. They're going to get it. Over 1 million tons of gold is hidden. Philippines, all those Pacific countries, and Sweden, Hawaii, where John Key's going. You see? They're coming after you, John Key. They're coming after you. It doesn't matter what you vote or win or lose. You already got your next job set up with this cabal, with the Queen. Okay? The Queen owns America illegally. That's what I'm saying to those American people getting killed. They're killing them. They're shooting them. Now they've got this new law out. They're trading women sex for food. This is the evil Satan Queen. I'm telling you, I'm going to England to arrest her as a monarch. Okay, as a monarch, a royal Tahitian Wanoa Moai monarch to a Rogan English monarch. See, those two go together on these titles: the Rogan, the Manukau, the Wanoa. Okay, that's all I want to say here, Tony, and you well wishes. This Moai is for the people, and the king is for the people. That's all I want to say. I better go now. Have a nice day. Bye. It's now 11:25 a.m. in Auckland, New Zealand. It's nice and warm, and it's cloudy and looks dull, and I'm looking tired, but I'm going to work. Okay, I'm going to work. Bye. Smile for the camera. Camera, lights, action.